are on the Locus map interface. We are going to start by adding an asset to the map. An asset can be a piece of equipment, or it can just be a point in space that you intend to collect data for. To add an asset, tap on the orange button at the lower right of the screen. There are a couple of options here you can see in this list, but we are going to go with this first option, placing an asset anywhere on the map. To do this, simply tap the part of the map you want to add the asset to, and then tap Add. You will be prompted to add an ID to the asset, which you can do by scanning a barcode if your asset has a barcode, or if not, you can add an ID manually. Next, you will be prompted to add the details for the asset. Here you can take photos or upload images to be associated with your asset. This is also where you will add the descriptors for the asset. Descriptors are the attributes that describe your asset. For example, you can see here that the assets in my project are described by topographic attributes and the types of trees that are in the location. I can add a new descriptor by tapping on the orange button. Let's say I want to know about the soil type where my asset is. I have the new descriptor down here, and I can now add the different soil type descriptor classes I expect to encounter in the project. Now I have everything set up, I can add the descriptor classes for this asset. Let's add pasture for topographic, nil for tree type, and sandy for soil. These descriptors and descriptor classes can be edited at any time. There are global changes, so will be available for all new assets in the whole project. We'll go back to the Asset Details screen, and you can see those descriptors listed here. In this screen, you may also edit the location of the asset if you wish, and you can also add notes. Here is our asset in the map. If you tap on it, you will see a window where you can view and edit the asset details, and also get walking or driving directions to it. Here is where you can begin to collect sample data for your asset, which is what we will look at next. To collect sample data for your field assets, simply tap on an asset marker and then tap Record Sample. Here I have a few sample types set up in my project already, but I can easily change these or add more. Let's say I just saw a really cool praying mantis, and I'd like to add mantid as another sample type. Okay, for this sampling event, we'll be sampling moths, Lepidoptera, and mantids. Just say we found 5 moths and 1 mantid. Here you have the opportunity to add in images for the samples you collect and also add notes. To view the data you have collected, you have a few options. First, you can go to Recorded Samples in the App menu. Here we can see at the top of the list are the 2 samples we recorded for our asset. We can also see the sample data in a table by going to Data in the menu and selecting Data Grid and then Sample Data. This will bring up a data table with all the samples that have been collected so far for the project. The columns show the asset ID, the date the sample was recorded, the sample type, and the recorded data. It will also display the username for the person who collected the sample, the descriptors for the asset, and any notes that were recorded for each sample. Another really cool feature is the ability to see a real-time heat map of the sample data. Just tap the fire icon on the right of the map screen to toggle on and off the heat map. It's a really cool way to quickly see how your sampling is going. There you have it, adding field assets and collecting sample data with Locus Field Assets and Data.